Hey guys, welcome back to Blue Tongue TV. Joe again, and I've got a bit of an extra for you this week. We're going to look at some monitor activity. So I've had some major developments with my monitor program, and I'm also going to look at some of my carpet morph breeding, which I don't normally talk about much. I don't really post any photos. It's just sort of something I enjoy in the background. A few of you know a little bit about it, but today I'm going to air a little bit of it on my YouTube channel for you guys. So, okay, so let's kick this thing off, and these are the big buzz of the Australian hobby at the moment, since we're actually allowed to legally have them now, and that's the Varanus prasinus, the stunning emerald tree monitor. And as most of you guys know, I bought a couple of pairs of these and shared them in a project with David Evans. And this year, having had them for sort of 2.5 seasons, I've been fortunate enough to replicate and breed a couple of these guys, and I wanted to show you one of them today. So this is my big male. So this guy's now a proven breeder. Incidentally, we've also been doing some toxicology reports on his venom, which are going to come back soon. So that's another thing to look forward to with these guys. So yeah, so here's your big guy. I'm going to just pop him over here, and we're going to dig out one of the babies. So I'll bring you in close. I don't know how this is really going to go. She's a flighty little madam. Maybe get right in there, because I think she'll be under there. There she is. There. And maybe I'll just sort of film it as she moves, rather than me trying to catch her and startle her too much. There she goes. And we'll just give her a little bit more movement there. So watch, you see how she's firing up at me. There. There. Whoa! On the floor, there she is. So there she is. So yeah, we have captive bred Varanus prasinus in Australia, and that is up and running. So we'll let this little madam get back to her day. There we go. Yeah, I have to say that was really exciting, and sort of one of my highlights in my reptile keeping career, if you like. So really happy to get those guys off the ground. Next up, I've got a skink project that I've recently picked up. Equally exciting for me. I've always loved skinks. I probably love skinks more than monitors, and some of the rarer skinks more than blue tongues, dare I say it. And these guys, I suppose they tick both boxes. They've got some monitor tendencies as well as blue tongues, so that's why I love them. And what we've got here, this is a project that the first animal, this is what is an albino Cunningham skink, and this guy was produced randomly by Brett McKinley and his son Jack down in New South Wales from a pair of wild type Cunningham skinks. And how it's come out is it's phenotypically albino, but it's a little bit darker. It's got cherry red eyes. We've only got one example, so a little bit of work to do on them to see exactly how more of them look. But at this stage, it's conclusively an albino, but it may be sort of a caramel albino or a T+ albino. Either way, it represents progress to the Australian hobby, and I thank those guys for allowing me to acquire this project from them, and to have a red hot crack at getting it in actually getting more of them out there and getting them into the hobby. So there we go. There you've got an albino Cunningham skink. I will just try to compare that to an albino tree skink, just to show you the comparison straight off the bat. So you can see it's quite a bit of difference. You know, on the Cunninghams, you've got like a cherry eye. It's almost like a red wine coloration, and on the tree skink, you've got a bright red eye. So that would be classic T negative, and we're leaning on this one being sort of, if you look at albinism as a spectrum, that one's closer to being sort of a tyranase positive or T plus albino. So, but again, let's not draw too many conclusions. Let's prove these guys out, and let's get a few more on the ground before we get into too many labelling discussions. So yeah, that's mutation Egernia, if you like, up and running. We've got Egernia Cunninghamii and Egernia striolata. Okay, so a little bit of a monitor and skink update for you. Now what we're going to look at is we're going to look at some of my Python projects. Now these are projects that I don't really share much with anybody else. It's just something I enjoy doing in the background. I do post the occasional photo, but I've made some progress with some of it this year, so I thought let's get some of it on YouTube. Okay, so we'll start off with Moonglow. Now this is a project, this is Marillion Magic Larks project originally, and I've been working with these guys and trying to replicate a few of them. I've outbred them and produced a few of my own this year, and this is the first one I produced 3 years ago, and it turned out to be a female, and this last year I managed to put a double het male over her and get a clutch of eggs, and I managed to get 4 more Moonglows in that clutch. So there's a baby there alongside mum. Okay, and the ingredients for that, if you like, is it's albinism, obviously. You've got axanthism, and you've also got caramel. So it's triple visual. It's a, if you like, it's a hypo snow. A couple more of these guys here. There's a little female here which has just started feeding, so she's up and running. And then there's a little male, which I think might be the super. This might be the super Moonglow. I'll leave him in his toilet roll tube there, but I think that may actually be his super Moonglow. Okay, so that's that project. It's replication. It's not my original project, but I did actually have a plan with that, and I wanted to take that genetic and feed the closest thing I could find to hypermelanism into that, to rewind it all. So you've taken all the melanin and pigment out, go and put some back in again. And what I did was I got a polygenic hypermelanistic bredli, and did that outcross, if you like, and I've got some of the results now. So we've got a high orange albino there, which I believe takes on some hypermelanistic influence. I'm not saying that it's any true genetic hypermelanistic, so for all the people analysing out there, I'm saying that that's polygenically hypermelanistic albino. So it's got a darkened influence to the orange. What I was actually trying to do was replicate a lava in the carpets. Incidentally, it's actually a stronger red than in the lava blue tongue, but not the same mutation that's used. Also, just to give an idea, these are siblings. So you've got the hypermel influence there as you're looking at it on your right, and then you've got a sibling there, albino there, on your left, which really does show a marked influence. Okay, so that's that. Also in that we've got axanthic, which when compared to the wild types in the clutch, as you can see exactly what the axanthism is doing. You know, it's pulling all that orange out and leaving you with a, I mean, the wild type's stunning, but the axanthic form is equally stunning. Let's see if I can, I'll just pop them back in there, yeah, get them in a moment. And then finally what I've done with that combo is add the zebra genetic too. So you've got an albino zebra with increased orange that's just starting to come through. Maybe not as orange as I hoped on that one, but there was only one in the clutch, so maybe need to produce a few more. But you can see your zebra there, and you can see your albino zebra next to it. So there, red-eyed blood, albino zebra, and zebra. Okay, so yeah, and feisty too. Okay, so that's a little snapshot of my carpet python breeding program. Okay, so one thing I forgot, we've also got some parenti eggs cooking in the incubator here. Happy to say after 2 years of not producing any, I produced some 3 seasons in a row, then missed 2 seasons, but now we're back on board again with some parenti eggs. So sort of I forget the actual incubation period now, it's sort of like 7 months, something like that, due in August, so it'd be good to get some big goannas back on the ground again. So yeah, that's a little bit of an update on some monitors, some skinks and some carpets, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.